Why, hello there YouTube and welcome to a Who review. I am Davros and I am a Whovian, and today I am reviewing Doctor Who, Turn Left. So this is an episode from Series 4 where the Doctor and Donna are in some futuristic Chinatown. And then Donna, she passes this fortune teller who says that fortune telling is free, and she taps into her mind and looks into it and sees that a while ago she made a choice where she turned left and started this job as an office temp, where she would eventually meet Lance, who turned out to be her fiance, who became her fiance in The Runaway Bride, and where she met the Doctor. And then the fortune teller taps in her mind and tells her to make the choice again, to turn right. And as she does that, something crawls onto Donna's back, creating a parallel Earth in her mental subconscious. And we find out that on Christmas Day 2006, the Doctor did not stop the Ratnos Queen, but it happened too quickly for him to regenerate, and he dies. And because another bride was chosen, obviously, and did not tell the Doctor to stop during his rampage in The Runaway Bride, which I will review around Christmas time this year. So, then Donna discovers that without the Doctor, the Earth is suffering. At first, we get like the whole events that we see in previous episodes, including the hospital that gets taken to the moon in Smith and Jones, and the Jadoon come. We find out that instead of the Doctor working the case, it's Sarah Jane and her friends working the case, and they die due to lack of oxygen because the Doctor's not there to save them. We also discover that during the Adipose incident, all the people that took the pill from Miss Foster became adipose, and the adipose were taken in by the Shadow Proclamation, and the Doctor wasn't there to stop everyone who took the pill from dying and turning into adipose. We also see that the Atmos car system lets out poisonous gas, and the Centaurans are up to no good, and then Torchwood, Jack and the gang, have to stop the Centaurans and, stop their invasion. We also discover that on Christmas Day 2007, the Titanic ship crashed on Buckingham Palace, flooding all of London and southern England in radiation. Luckily, Donna and her family had a week away, went away for Christmas, and they ended up, after the last two Christmases, they just got away from it all. And she then gets taken to Leeds, where she takes refuge with her family, and basically everything gets dark and depressing, and but along the way Donna meets Rose Tyler, which is obviously the return of Billie Piper, where she tells Donna that the Doctor should have been there, all these events that happen in the episode, and she needs to make that decision to turn left. And of course we discover that they have the TARDIS, and because they don't know how to work it, because the Doctor's not there to do it, they use the power of the time machine to send Donna back to the day when she turned right, and she has to stop herself and turn left. But of course she discovers she's miles away from where she lives, but discovers that it's a suicide mission and she has to stop. She has to stop herself, and she kills herself. She runs in front of a truck, causing a traffic jam, making Donna, that turned right, making her change her mind and turning left, fixing that point. And as she goes back to the real timeline, Rose tells Donna to deliver a message to the Doctor and whispers in what we don't know. Until then, the Doctor intervenes, and we discover that Donna breaks the mental parallel Earth in her mind, and that the Trickster Beatle that's feeding on her, it dies. The Doctor comes in, he explains it, the fortune teller's creeped out and leaves, and then the Doctor tells her that this girl, whoever she was, doesn't exist, etc. But then she says, no, she said one thing, and that was Bad Wolf. And then next thing, we see Bad Wolf written all over the place. And I first thought it was a connection between the Doctor and Rose, but then we discover it's the end of the universe, and the episode ends there. So let's get on to my likes and dislikes about this episode. So enough on the plot. So first of all, I like David Tennant for the majority that he had screen time in this episode. I also liked that this took place in an alternate time, showing us what would have happened if the Doctor was dead and the Doctor wasn't here to save us. Not only was that, but the stars were going out, as Wilf mentioned in the episode, and basically, without the Doctor, the universe falls into chaos, and that's bad. That's why Rose went into that parallel Earth to save Donna from her mental imprisonment. So my dislike... Oh, and I also love Catherine Tate in this, and Billie Piper. I felt that they were the main protagonists in this episode, and it's like they were both working together to save the universe, or to stop what was coming, the darkness. And I like the performances both the two leading ladies gave in this as well. Now my dislikes. I didn't like how that this episode didn't have much of the Doctor in it. Yeah, the Doctor, he was in the opening scene and he was in the closing scene, but other than that, he wasn't in the middle act of this episode at all. He was dead, and I think every episode without the Doctor is pretty boring. I mean, Blink, that was different, that was interesting. We actually had the Doctor in it, like, talking Sally through all this stuff, but yeah, back to Turn Left. But I like how just a small decision can affect so much, because if she turned right, another bride would have been caught up in the whole ordeal with the Doctor, and he would have died, because Donna, she was the one who talked the Doctor. She told the Doctor to stop what he was doing after he stopped the Rachnos Queen, and if she didn't tell him to stop and he could go, then yeah, the Doctor would have drowned and died. This was a very interesting episode, and this was the start of the finale. This was probably, I would say, the first of a 3-part finale. I don't know, but this was an interesting episode, but it got boring in some scenes, and yeah, it was a bit of a dull, dark episode as well. Very dark and bleak too. A very dark, bleak episode. And it's like Donna had no idea what was going on. She still had like a normal civilian life. But then she met Rose, and Rose was telling her that she has to do this, that and the other to save the Doctor. So it was an interesting episode, but at the end of it all, I kind of sort of felt a bit let down by the lack of the Doctor's presence, because I always tuned in back then every week to see the Doctor in action, see them do this, that and the other, fight the bad guys. But this one, I say it was more of a companion episode, where the companion has to save the day. Which, again, like I said, was interesting, but I have a few mixed feelings about this episode. So yeah, let's get on to my final thoughts and ratings. So Turn Left was, like I say, an interesting episode, but it just... I think I'll just give Doctor Who Turn Left a 3 out of 5. A 3 out of 5 for this one. So yeah, that has been my review on Doctor Who Turn Left. And of course, this is... I will be doing a review on the 2-part finale, The Stolen Earth and Journey's End, next. But yeah, have you seen Turn Left? Let me know down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And to hit that notification bell. All my social media links are down below in the description, so be sure to check all that out. I've been Davros the Whovian, and until next time, run for your life.